The house stood alone, silent, watching, a Dutch colonial nestled on a quiet street. But this was no ordinary home. This was 112 Ocean Avenue, Amityville, Long Island, a place where evil took root, where darkness lingered, and where the truth was lost in a chilling tale of terror. One late night in November 1974, Ronald DeFeo Jr., armed with a .35 caliber rifle, murdered his entire family. His parents, 2 brothers, and 2 sisters, all asleep in their beds. Each shot, a cold and calculated act. The crime sent shockwaves through Amityville. Neighbors, friends, and family were left reeling. How could a seemingly ordinary young man commit such a horrific act? What drove him to such madness? Ronald DeFeo Jr. claimed voices told him to do it. Demons, he called them, whispering in his ear, urging him to kill. The police were skeptical, but the brutality of the crime, the chilling efficiency of the murders left a lingering unease. The house became a macabre spectacle. Tourists flocked to the street, drawn by the morbid curiosity. The DeFeo murders became a local legend, a cautionary tale whispered in hushed tones. The house, a silent testament to the darkness that could reside in the human heart. Less than a year after the DeFeo murders, the Lutz family moved into 112 Ocean Avenue, George, Kathy, and their 3 children. They knew of the tragedy but dismissed it as the act of a madman. They believed they were getting a dream home at a bargain price. The Lutzes were filled with hope, excited to start their new life. They were a typical family, looking for a place to call their own. Unbeknownst to them, they were stepping into a nightmare. From the moment they crossed the threshold, things felt off. A cold presence seemed to permeate the house. Strange smells like rotting garbage and perfume wafted through the air. The children complained of cold spots and unseen hands touching them. George, a pragmatic man, initially dismissed the occurrences as tricks of the mind. Kathy, more sensitive to the unseen, couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. Their dream home was quickly becoming a prison of fear. Days turned into weeks, and the strange occurrences in the house intensified. Whispers seemed to emanate from the walls, disembodied voices murmuring their names. Objects moved on their own, furniture overturned, doors slamming shut. The children's behavior became increasingly erratic. Their daughter, Missy, spoke of an imaginary friend, a demonic pig named Jody. The family dog refused to enter the house, cowering in fear at the front door. The cold spots grew stronger, some so frigid they felt like walking into a freezer. Foul odors like sulfur and decaying flesh permeated the house, despite their best efforts to clean and air it out. The Lutzes were living in a nightmare, their dream home transformed into a haunted prison. The family tried to rationalize the events. They searched for logical explanations, but the phenomena defied logic. The terror was relentless, seeping into their waking hours, invading their dreams. They were living in a constant state of fear, trapped in a house they could not escape. Section 5. George and Kathy, tormented by the unseen. George, once a skeptic, found himself slowly unraveling. He became withdrawn, irritable, prone to fits of rage. He complained of nightmares, vivid visions of the DeFeo murders, the screams of the victims echoing in his ears. Kathy, already sensitive to the paranormal, was bombarded by visions. She saw red eyes glowing in the darkness, felt icy hands brush against her skin. The unseen forces seemed to target her, tormenting her with whispers of madness and despair. The strain on their marriage was palpable. The love and trust they once shared were eroded by fear and paranoia. The house was tearing them apart, turning them against each other, fueling their darkest fears. Despite the terror, they were reluctant to leave. They had invested everything in this house, their hopes, their dreams, their savings. They clung to the belief that they could somehow overcome the evil that surrounded them, but the house was relentless, its grip on their sanity tightening with each passing day. Section 6. The priests, the paranormal investigators, and the skeptics. Desperate for help, the Lutzes turned to the church. Priests were called in to bless the house, to drive out the evil that had taken root. But even their faith seemed to falter within the walls of 112 Ocean Avenue. Paranormal investigators arrived, armed with cameras and recording equipment. They captured EVPs, disembodied voices whispering threats and obscenities. Skeptics emerged, questioning the Lutz's sanity, suggesting they were seeking fame. The debate raged on, fueling the public's fascination with the Amityville case. The lines between truth and fiction became increasingly blurred, lost in the shadows of 112 Ocean Avenue. Section 7. Amityville's Impact, a Cultural Phenomenon. The story of the Amityville horror, fueled by the Lutz's chilling accounts and the media frenzy that followed, captivated the nation. The book, The Amityville Horror by Jay Anson, became a bestseller, recounting the family's terrifying experiences in graphic detail. Hollywood came calling, eager to capitalize on the public's fascination with the supernatural. The first Amityville horror film, released in 1979, became a box office smash, terrifying audiences with its depiction of demonic forces and the horrors that unfolded within the walls of 112 Ocean Avenue. The Amityville case became a cultural phenomenon, spawning sequels, documentaries, and countless paranormal investigations. The house itself became an iconic symbol of horror, a pilgrimage site for thrill seekers and ghost hunters, eager to catch a glimpse of the evil that resided within its walls. The story of the Amityville horror tapped into a primal fear, the terror of the unknown, the possibility that our homes, the places we consider safe and secure, could be invaded by forces beyond our control. It was a stark reminder that evil could lurk in the most unexpected places, even in the heart of suburbia. Section 8. The debate rages on truth or fabrication. Despite the passage of time, the debate over the authenticity of the Amityville haunting continues to rage. Skeptics point to inconsistencies in the Lutz's accounts, suggesting they embellished or fabricated events to sensationalize their story. Some researchers argue that the Lutz's were victims of their own imaginations, their perceptions skewed by the stress of moving into a new home and the weight of the DeFeo murders. Others suggest they may have been influenced by external factors, such as environmental toxins or psychological manipulation. However, believers in the paranormal maintain that the evidence, both anecdotal and physical, supports the Lutz's claims. They point to the numerous witnesses who experienced strange phenomena in the house, the unexplained noises, odors, and temperature fluctuations. The truth, like the shadows that cling to 112 Ocean Avenue, remains elusive. Was it a genuine haunting, a case of demonic possession, or a carefully constructed hoax? The answer, lost in the fog of time and speculation, continues to fascinate and frighten us. Section 9. The Enduring Allure of Amityville. Why we're still captivated. Why, decades later, does the story of the Amityville horror continue to captivate our imaginations? Perhaps it's the primal fear of the unknown, the terror of unseen forces in the shadows, or the possibility that our homes could be invaded by something sinister. The Amityville case taps into our deepest fears, reminding us that evil can lurk in unexpected places. It forces us to confront the possibility of forces beyond our comprehension. The story serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder to be mindful of hidden darkness. The Lutzes, in their quest for a fresh start, stumbled into a nightmare. The enduring allure of Amityville lies in its ability to blur the lines between fact and fiction. Section 10. A Haunting Legacy, Amityville's Place in Horror History. The Amityville horror has left an indelible mark on popular culture, cementing its place in the annals of horror history. The house at 112 Ocean Avenue has become a macabre landmark, a pilgrimage site for those drawn to the dark side of the American dream. The story continues to inspire books, films, and documentaries, each iteration adding new layers of fear and fascination. The case has also fueled countless paranormal investigations, as researchers and enthusiasts alike attempt to unravel the mysteries that shroud the house. Whether you believe in the supernatural or dismiss it as mere superstition, the Amityville horror remains a chilling tale that continues to send shivers down our spines. It's a story that has transcended time and genre, becoming a modern myth that reflects our deepest fears and anxieties. The house at 112 Ocean Avenue stands as a silent sentinel, a constant reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of ordinary life. And the question remains, is the Amityville horror merely a fabrication, Or is there something more sinister lurking within those walls?